In this class, we will discuss about the origin and growth and development of Indian cinema. So, in particular, in that connection, we will trace to the year 1896 two French brothers, Auguste and Louis Lumiere. They held an film show at Watson's Hotel Esplanade Mansion, and they showed 6 little films such as entry of cinematograph, arrival of a train, the sea bath, a demolition, leaving the factory, ladies and soldiers on wheels, and then it came to Calcutta in the end of 1896, and in a year after, in 1897, at Madras. So, in that connection, we would like to discuss the first Indian who started the movie was S.J. Badekar, or he is popularly known as Save Dada. And in 1899, there are 2 short films, The Directos and Man and Monkey, were made by him. So the first Indian to make a film was Harishchandra, Calcutta Madras, known as popularly as Save Dada. He made short films like The Directos, Man and Monkey, and in 1912 it was the part of R.G. Troni and N.G. Chitre who made Pundalik. So, in the year 1912, it was led by R.G. Troni and N.G. Chitre to attempt a short film based on popular Hindu drama, and the result was Pundalik, released on March 18, 1912 at the Coronation Cinema in Bombay. And gradually we found the development of films, in particularly in the year 1913, which is very important, as Raja Harishchandra was made by Dada Saheb Palke, who is considered as father of Indian cinema. The first fully indigenous salient features, the film Raja Harishchandra, made by Dada Saheb Palke, was released on May 3, 1913 at the Coronation Cinema Theatre at Bombay. It had titles in Hindi and English, and it ran for an unprecedented 23 days. Raja Harishchandra was 100% Indian, whereas Pundalika was half British in its mate. Therefore, Dada Saheb Palke has been rightly acclaimed as the father of Indian cinema. So, Dada Saheb Palke laid the foundation for the start of a regular feature film industry in the country. After the resounding success of Raja Harishchandra, Palke moved to Nasik, where he built a studio and produced Mohini Bhasmasura and Satyavan Savitri, and in 1914 he visited London with his 3 films, and they won all-round praise from the British press. So he also made the two most other important one is Mohini Bhasmasura, then Satyavan Savitri. And in that context we would like to discuss that due to the outbreak of the First World War, in 1917 he made a grand appearance with the revised version of Raja Harishchandra and India's first big box of his hit, and that was Lanka Dahana. So, in that connection, we would like to discuss some other great personality such as J.F. Madan, who made Satyavati Raja Harishchandra, and Jyotish Banerjee in the year 1919 made another great film, and that is Vishwamangal. So Satyavati Raja Harishchandra was made by J. Madan and Vishwamangal was made by Jyotish Banerjee. Then in 1921 we found the great development, and that was relating to the talkie time. So the advanced talkie that was developed during 1921, 21 and 22, and it was by Ardeshir, Irani, and his first film Veera Abhimanyu was spectacular in the Hollywood fashion. Another talent of great promise being we found in 1925 to 26 of Indian cinema, and it was The Light of Asia, made by Himanshu Rai. So, that was the great development made by Ardeshir, Irani with Veera Abhimanyu, and Light of Asia as it was made by Himanshu Rai. Then there was a beginning of Indian talkie. So, in connection to Indian talkie, we would first talk about the 1931. In that particular year, the first Indian talkie, Alam Ara, produced by the Imperial Film Company and directed by Ardeshir Irani, and it was released at the Majestic Cinema in Bombay. The talkie had brought revolutionary changes in the whole setup of the industry. So now we'll go to the very year where we found about the talkies both in South India, in Telugu, and in particularly the film made was Bhakta Prahlad, and also in Tamil talkie the first film was Kalidas. So in South India also the first talkie picture in Telugu and Tamil is respectively Bhakta Prahlad and Kalidas were released in the year 1931. So now we would like to discuss about certain films made as the personalities, those who were the great persons who made contribution in these 30s and 40s, such as V.Shantaram, P.C.Barua Debaki Bose, Nitin Bose, Mehboob Khan, S.S. Bhasan, Sohrab Modi, But Bimal Roy, K.A.Abbas, Raj Kapoor, and Guru Dutt. So now we would like to discuss about them as V.Shantaram made the film Duniya Namane and Admi and Padoshi, and P.C.Barua made Devdas and Mukti. Then Debaki Bose made Vidyapati and Sita. Nidhen Bose made Badi Bahan, and in that connection we will discuss about the film made by Mehboob Khan, and his making was Batan, Ek Hi Rasta, Aurat. So also for the first time producer Ardeshir Irani attempted a color picture in 1937 in the name of Kishan Kanya, and in the 40s also witnessed the production of a new remarkable film such as V.Shantaram's, a great movie that was made on the war torn between Japan and China in the year 1936, and that was made by V.Santharam, Dr. Kotnis ki Amar Kahani. Then also he made many such great movies, and S.S. Vasan made Chandralekha, another great movie. Then Chetan Anand made Nisha Nagar, and K.A.Abbas made Dharti Ke Lal. And in 1949, Sohrab Modi set a new standard in historical films with Pukar. He later made historicals like Sikandar and Prithvi Ballabh. Similarly, Vijay Bhatt and praise for his two mythological films made such as Bharat Milap and Ram Rajya. So, these are the great filmmakers who contributed a lot in the 40s. So, in the cinema also have the impact of neuralism was evident in some distinguished films like Bimal Roy's Do Viga Jameen, Mehboob Khan's On and Mother India, and K.A.Abbas, Munna and Rai. Also, the great filmmaker Raj Kapoor's Avara, But Police, and also V.Santharam's Do Aake Bara Haath, Guru Dutt's Pyasa. So, these are the productions during those periods. Those made classics in Indian cinema. So it must also remember that it was in the 50s that saw films as Birju Vaura, Nayador, Devdas, Sri Charsavis, Sujata, Madhumati, Anari, Kanun, Kagaz ke Phool, etc. are made. The first Indo-Soviet co-production, Pardesi, was also made by K.A.Abbas during the 50s. So, in this class, we have discussed about those films made during the 50s, and that is otherwise called the very important decade to be remembered, which contributed a lot for the growth and development of Indian cinema. So in our next class we will discuss about the very developments made and the very contribution made by those great film personalities and directors and producers in the 60s like K. Asif, Raj Kapoor, Dilip Kumar, B.R. Chopra, Devanand Chetan Anand, Devendra Goyal, Ramanand Sagar, Shakti Samant, Raj Khosla, Guru Dutt, Manoj Kumar, O.P. Ralan, and the further developments made during the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the very development up to at present scenario that we would like to discuss in our upcoming class.